Hey guys, Jacob Ober here. Welcome to episode 4 of BrewTalk, and in this episode we'll be discussing this past week in Brewers baseball. So the Brewers had a 7-game homestand that they are coming off of, and it was a very, very productive one. It started off with a 10-4 loss against the Cincinnati Reds, but they haven't lost since. They've won 6 in a row. They beat the Reds in a 3-game series, and they swept the Marlins in a 4-game series. The first time they have swept any team at home in a very long time, I believe since 2008 actually it was. So it was a very, very eventful week for the Brewers. There was a walk-off home run by the way of Jesus Aguilar in the bottom of the ninth in a game that the Brewers were down 4-0 in against the Marlins. It was on Saturday night. Jesus Aguilar had a 13-pitch at-bat that ended with a walk-off home run, and it was a very, very dramatic night for the Brewers. They rallied all the way back from 4-0 down, and it was Eric Sogard's single that ended up tying the game. That was actually more of a misplay in the outfield than it was an actual hit, but they ruled it a hit that tied the game at 5, and then Jesus Aguilar stepped to the plate, and after a 13-pitch at-bat, he muscled one out into right center field. It almost hit the Toyota car, and it was a goner, and the Brewers won that game. So that was the highlight of this recent 6-game winning streak. It's the longest winning streaks in over a year for the Brewers. They have been playing magnificent baseball, I should say. I almost said basketball there. They have been playing magnificent baseball. They are hitting the ball well. They are getting on base, and their pitching is good enough to get them by. Let me tell you, Junior Guerra has made some good starts. He's had 2 straight starts that have been quality. He looks like he's getting back to his 2016 form. If you remember, he had that really good year in 2016 where he had ERA under 3. He was probably the best Brewers starter that year. It was a great year for him. He looks like he's getting back into that form. He's finding his splitter and his cut fastball. He's really doing well. So I wish nothing but the best for him, and I hope that the Brewers continue to pitch just good enough at least. I would like them to step it up a little bit. Guys like Brent Suter, he had a rough outing against the Marlins in the game that we ended up winning on Jesus Aguilar's walk-off home run. But overall, this pitching staff has not been that bad. Davies has turned in a couple quality starts as of late. It looks like they're really starting to find their form. And, of course, we are going to get Jamie Nelson back in the next 2 months, I think. So things are looking up for the Brewers now. They are tied in first place with the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 13-8. The Brewers are 14-9. It's been a very, very wild week in the NL Central. The Pirates have fallen all the way to 3rd place when they were atop the NL Central, as I predicted. And the Reds, meanwhile, fired their manager, Brian Price, and they are just in a free-for-all. They are 3-18. Only one of their wins was against the Brewers, and they have won once in like the past week, which was against the Brewers, and that was kind of an unfortunate loss, but it kind of woke us up at the same time, because after that loss, we haven't lost since. 6 in a row for the Brewers. It's been a crazy week so far, and the Brewers are just getting better and better. Of course, there's still plenty of baseball to go. This week, the Brewers will face Kansas City in a 2-game road set, and then they'll take on the Cubs in a 4-game road trip at Wrigley Field. That's going to be a very, very tough series, but one that I think the Brewers are going to be up to the challenge to. They are playing good baseball, and the Cubs are sitting around 500 right now, so it's been a very up and down season for the Cubs so far, but of course we're only about 20 games in, so that doesn't really matter that much. The Cubs have missed a lot of games lately, though, with that big weather system coming in last weekend, bringing all that snow and rain and thunderstorm. The Cubs have missed a lot of games. They're going to have to make up a lot of games in the way of doubleheaders this summer. But the Brewers are tied for first in the Central right now, and they are playing amazing baseball, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. And I'm really excited. I can't wait for summer to hit, because that's when baseball really hits its stride. So, anyways, guys, that's all I have to say in this episode of Brew Talk. Be sure to tune in next Monday for our next episode of Brew Talk, where we'll be discussing the Royals series and the Cubs series. Hopefully, we will be discussing that with a happy tone like we are today. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.